Anime hair can be colorful, unrealistic, gravity-defying, crazy, but even though you can have so much freedom with it, when you draw, why does the hair on your artwork still suck? If you're struggling to get it right and feel like there's something wrong, you're probably missing some important steps. Make sure to stick around because we'll teach you how anime hair actually works. By the end of this video, you'll be able to draw hair more confidently no matter what kind of hairstyle you pick. FYI, the mission of this channel is to help beginner anime and manga artists feel more confident and fulfilled with their artworks. If you resound with this mission, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. This might sound funny, but before you can learn to draw hair, you have to learn how to draw bald heads first, and you have to practice drawing them a lot. One of the reasons why your hair looks wonky is because you don't have a good grasp of the head shape. Remember, hair rests on top of your head. If your character has a weird head shape, that'll also lead to weird hair. To draw great looking hair, you need to have the right head as your base. And it's not just about learning the front view either. You have to understand how the head would look in different angles as well. Easier said than done, right? Actually, we work with beginner anime and manga artists, and our mentors correct head shapes all the time. It's one of the most common struggles. The head could be too flat or too big or even angled wrong. If you find yourself struggling with this, we actually have a free basic anime drawing masterclass that you might find useful. We've put the link in the description, so feel free to check it out. Once you've drawn countless bald heads and mastered them in different angles, you're finally ready to start drawing hair. Time for the most exciting part, actually drawing hair. But don't get too excited just yet. If you just draw hair at random, it'll end up looking pretty bad. One of our mentors, pro Japanese manga artist Nao Yazawa, has some great advice to get you started. In case you don't know her by now, she actually has 30 years of experience in the manga industry. She's even gotten her work adapted into an anime called Wedding Peach. Anyway, here's Yazawa sensei's advice. Before you start drawing, you first have to decide the flow of the hair. Ask yourself, where does it all start? What should the direction of the hair be? A good tip is to get a mirror and look at your own hair. Most people have a hair part that divides their hair. Or you can have a single point called a hair whirl where your hair swirls around. After you've decided where you want your hair to start, you can finally begin drawing. To make the hairstyle a little easier to understand, you can divide the hair into 3 sections: the front or bangs, the middle, and then the back. Let's bring back the bald head and add all the sections. Once all of that is done, let's get to the actual hair. You can start adding clumps of hair, keeping in mind the hair point and established sections. Regardless of whether the hair is short or long, it's important to keep in mind the flow. Notice how the clumps of hair all originate from the point we decided earlier? As for how detailed the hair strand should be, that actually depends on your own preference. If you want a more shonen look, hairstyles tend to have less detail and look a bit more blocky. For a more shoujo-inspired style, hairstyles tend to be more detailed with finer hair strands. Let's see how it looks from the side. Again, you need to find your hairline and divide your hair into sections. If you didn't realize it already, a lot of thought and preparation goes into drawing hair. It might seem like a lot of work, but just keep practicing. The more you practice, the more everything will come naturally to you. A good way to practice drawing hair is to look at hairstyles from real life. Check out different photos and study how hair works. But wait, wouldn't using references make me a bad artist? Nope, references are a must for beginners and pros alike. Just check out PRO Manga Artist Ryo Katagiri. Her manga, Tutti, has been published on Weekly Shonen Sunday, and she's known for her amazing background work. On her Instagram, she proudly shares how she references real-life photos to get the perspective, the details, the shadows, and the lighting right. As you can see, even pros need references, so don't feel ashamed to use one. No matter what your skill level, never think you're above using a reference. If you think that'll take up too much of your time, I have news for you. I guarantee that coming up with a hairstyle out of thin air will take you twice as long. Instead of just looking at your references, you can also draw over them for practice. This is one of the warm-up exercises that we do with our students, and it's helped them understand how hair works. First, find where the hair starts and determine the hair sections. Study how the clumps of hair form the shape of the hairstyle, how the hair flows from the hair point, then apply everything you learned on your own character. For the most part, anime hair is based on real-life hair. But what about those crazy anime hairstyles? There's no way you can achieve that in real life. Fair point, but it's still grounded on real-life hair logic. We'll explain how. We mentioned one of our mentors, Yazawa Sensei, earlier. She's had her fair share of drawing unrealistic-looking hair, but she's taught us that no matter how crazy hair may seem, a good understanding of how hair flows helps make nearly any style possible. Take for instance the hairstyle of Jessie from Pokemon. Unrealistic? Definitely. A bad hairstyle? Try iconic. Let's study her hair, shall we? Following Izawa Sensei's advice, let's divide the hair into 3 sections first. The front, the middle, and the back. Her hair all flows in one direction from her hairline until the very end. Her hair basically defies all physics and probably takes buckets of hair gel to recreate, but it still looks good because it follows a pleasing flow. Again, it's so important to study the basics first before designing crazy hairstyles right away. You can also learn by analyzing any character with a crazy hairstyle. The more you strengthen your foundations, the easier it would be to understand and create your own logic-defying hairstyle. Did you find these tips useful? There's actually more where that came from. Check out these other videos where we share more tips from pro manga artists and how to overcome beginner mistakes. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in our next video.